Hello and welcome to this basic tutorial about password generator app in Django. This course is basically this tutorial is basically about those who want to start a strong foundation about Django, how Django works, how to make a basic application in Django. So I have installed in pycharm professional. I strongly recommend here that you should also have installed pycharm professional. pycharm professional is very easy to work with Django. Otherwise you can work with Visual Studio Code, Atom, and there are other IDEs available, so you can download them and work with them. But using pycharm is very easy to work with Django. So I assume that you have installed it. So let's start our project right now. I'm going to create our new project. Our project is about Django, so professionally giving you more option like React App, React Native and other, but we don't want them right now. We are making working on Django. So here I want to give my project name. My project name will be password. Be careful that there should be no space when you are giving your project a name. So my project name will be password generator, and you can see here it will be making for me. This is pycharm professional, and that's why I'm here telling you that you should use pycharm professional. It will make for me virtual environment by default. So it's this pycharm professional virtual environment setting by default, so it will make new virtual environment for me, and this is the directory where it is included. So and more setting, it also create a new directory with the name of templates. Where we will be storing our templates on root level directory in our project. So let's create our app. Here you can see that pycharm professional is installing the basic requirement like Django library, which is required for Django project, as well as all the basic requirements that are required to start our Django projects. Here you can see this is the interface of pycharm professional. By default it is open two files for me. One is setting.py and what is url.py. We will talk about them in detail. So first I want to remove this comment out to look everything clear, and after that I want to come first to this setting file and also remove this comment. These are not required for us and we don't want to work with them as well. So this is the pycharm professional ID, and this is the main screen we will be working with, and it is our project directory. So our project name is password generator. When you open it, collapse it, so you can see that this is our project, and this is the template folder which we will store our HTML, CSS and JavaScript file out here. So this is our template folder, and this is manage.py. Whenever you make a Django project, it will it is a command, but we don't need that command right now because pycharm professional does that work for us. The command is simple. I came into terminal just for those who don't know about that command. The command is like you need to write Django admin start project and your project name, like our project name here is password generator. So this command will create this folder which is your application name, like here, and it will create this init file. Whenever you see in Python init file, it means that it's telling Django or Python that it is a package. So whenever there is a folder, that should include a init file that tells Django that this is a folder, this is a package. So after that there's the sg file, setting file, urls file, the sg file, and this manage.py, which is one of the most important file. We don't want to come here and open it and see and change anything in this. We don't need to do anything with this manage.py file, but we does require to work with this manage.py file. It has its own commands. If you want to know which commands are available with this manage.py file, so I want to show to you this command first. You need to write out here in terminal python manage.py. You can see here first that our virtual environment is activated by default. So this is one of the big advantage of using pycharm professional, it just create your virtual environment for you and activate it. You don't need to be worried about that. Virtual environment is basically anything. It is just it make a the system dependencies which you don't want to work on your own Python libraries, but it make an virtual environment for you, and you are not dependent on your system else more. So now I want to tell you what this manage.py. Whenever we want to run a command in Django, we need to write in terminal python manage.py. It is important. So what commands are available with this? You can use -l. So you can see all commands available here. These are auth commands which you can use: change password, create super user. These are content types command, Django commands. There are too much command. You can see sessions command, static files command. We didn't require to use all these commands, but for illustrations, just for learning purposes, I have told you that what command we are using. We will use runserver command the most, and other command which we will require in our project, but not all these commands. Just I want to tell you know about these commands. So basically, when we create our project, this file will be available to us. So first we need to understand which files are important for us. First we need to have this manage.py file information like this. Whenever you are executing any command, you need to write first python manage.py. After that, your command you want to execute, and here in this folder you can see this setting and URL file is very important for us. Other than this file are not important for us. This WSGI and SGI file are for production purposes, but we are not going to deploy this website. We are just making basic app for beginners who can understand that what's going on, how to make a basic Django application. So our application is password generator. This is our root project directory. And now coming to this setting file, whenever like I told you before that in Django lifecycle, whenever a request comes, so it comes to the url.py. Whenever we want to make a new function or something, new views in Django, we need to have a URL for that. After that we can go further. So let's start with this setting file. Setting file contains too much settings of your application, so I will just tell you basic things which are necessary. This secret key, it's not necessary for learning purposes. It is, I mean, for development purposes. It's important for production. When you are to deploy your website, you need to not show the secret key. You need to put it in environment variable. So we don't want to work with the secret key right now. And this is the second thing is debug. Debug mean when debug is true, whenever you are running your application, if there is an error occur, so this debug will tell you where is the error in our file. If you deploy our project, so we need to make it false, because we don't want to show our all important settings and other privacy to the other user on production. This is just for development purposes. We need to make it true. Allowed host are the host you want to for your project. You want to allow them, like who can send requests to your project. Other than that is this installed apps. Installed apps are the important apps that are installed by default in your project, like admin app, auth app, content type, session, messages, static file. We don't have our app right now. We will make our app after that. Whenever we make our new app, so we need to include it out here in the installed app. If you don't include it in the installed app, so you can't your Django didn't know about your app. Where is that? Until you add it here in installed app. Whenever you add in installed app, Django know about that, and that your app is included in our project. These are middleware, which I talked in the last video about that. Middleware are something advanced in Django, which runs between WSGI and URL, between URL and views, between URL and template, and between templates and WSGI response. So it's an advanced topic. We are not talking about that right now. And the other thing is this root URL configuration. Whenever a URL request comes, so request will be goes to this password generator.url. what it means, it will came to this folder, in this folder, in this URL file, it will came first. These are our template setting, which will make our templates for our project as well. And this is our database settings. Database, by default every Django application is a database of SQLite by default. You can also use other databases as well, like Postgres, like MySQL, and other you can find setting of that as well. You should write here, or you can find them in this Django documentation, how to connect Postgres and other databases. So now we have a very simple application. It can work for this SQLite database as well. And these are other settings. We don't want to talk about that right now, we don't need them. So this is our setting file. The most important thing right now is this install apps. Whenever we create a new app, we need to edit here. The other thing is this url.py. Whenever we create a new view, a new interface, so we need to make a URL for that. So in this URL pattern we need to edit here. So now I want to start our server. Python manage.py run server, it will start our server. Here you can see this, the port is already in use. I think my port is used, so I will just release that port first. Sudo app user -k, my port is 8000, so I will write it TCP/8000 to release this port. Just need admin privilege. I will provide password, and if I write, oh, I think it didn't work. Oh my god, let's try like this way. I think I was wrong. Now it works. Now I need to run my server. Python manage.py run server, and it's telling that development server is running on this address. So I will just check it out. I visit right now. You can see that our projects are running right now. This is Django default page. Whenever you run a server, so for the first time you should see like this, and it is the URL like this localhost URL for the first time. And you can see out here that one URL is already available in this admin/admin. We can see that right now. If we write /admin, so it's told us that we don't have about session. This is basically database error, so we need to stop our server first, and after that we need to make some migration. As you can notice that last time when I run the server, in this red you can see UN17 unapplied migrations. We need to first migrate our database, after that we need to work further. So whenever you want to migrate your database, you will need two commands. The first command is python manage.py make migrations. Okay, and because we don't have any migration right now, that's why no changes detected. After that you need to run migrate command. Migrate command will just migrate our database and make our database table in database. So if I run my server right now, and in this admin page it will be running. Okay, so it's running good, but we don't have any user right now. We need to create our super user for our server first. So I need to create my super user first. Create super user. Okay, the name of my user will be admin. I don't want to provide email address right now. Password will be admin as well, and it's tell me that password is too common. I just for learning purpose, it's right. So now I need to start my server, and we can log in right now with admin username and password. Here you can see that Django provides this default admin interface, and here we have this users table, and I think its CSS was not in cache. So we have this one user admin for now. If we want to give more information about it, like admin admin or your email address. You can give if you want permission to give to him permission. Is this admin an active user, a staff user, a super user, and all these permission are given out here. So I don't want to make any changes right here, no, but the basic purpose was here was that you should know about admin interface first. So now you have seen that in our application that it is running and it has one interface right now, this admin one. So we will make our own URLs in our own application, and for that we know about the basic configuration of Django, the basic output of Django, and in next video we will creating our application, and in that application is password generator application, and we will work with that. For that we need to have these we will make some URLs out there, and we will work on views and templates as well. So let's see in other videos. Thank you for watching.